everyone, welcome to yet another episode of the Gargi Arya show. And today we have yet another inspiring guest with us. His name is Mr. Sudeep Kumar, and he is a programming mastery coach, and he helps engineering graduates crack programming interview to secure a software developer role. Basically, there is a huge gap between the academics and the industry needs. So in one sense, he's on this amazing mission to help students actually bridge the gap between academics and what the industry actually needs as a software developer. So thank you so much, Sudeep sir, for being here on the show. It's such an honor and a pleasure to host you here. And this is something really unique that you are working on. And yes, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Gargi, for inviting me to your show. It's a great pleasure to have you.
Awesome. So, like, my first question to you is, what was that triggering point in your life which actually gave you this start that you want to work in this field for students to bridge the gap between the industry needs and between what the college is teaching?
Okay, yeah. So this goes back, say, more than a decade when I was in college. So joined my college in 2007 and completed in 11. So during this whole journey of the college, it was going very nice. But when it came about searching for the job, at that time there was recession going on, and there was very few companies were coming. But still, there was some companies were coming, but I was not able to crack any interview. And I attended some 5, 6 interviews, and everywhere like badly rejected. And then I stopped attending the interview, and I thought, okay, let's first of all analyze myself why I'm failing. Then, one day, I was just thinking, so why I'm failing? I analyzed that, okay, yes, I'm attending the interviews, but I'm technically very, very bad. So why should any company hire me if I'm not technically good? And then, fortunately, I got one mentor, and he told me, Sudeep, I can make you, though you are a fresher, but I can build your skill in such a way that you can be as equivalent as 3+ years experience. So I joined his program, and the specialty about my mentor was that my mentor is an implementer. So he is already working in a very nice MNC company as a software developer. So he knows what is the industry needs and why there is lack of gap in this industry and academics. So he taught me programming from the scratch and made me 3+ years experience like candidate in just hardly 2 months. And then I started attending the interview, and then I started cracking multiple interviews very easily. So that was my turning point. And then I realized that it took me it was my fortune that I got such a mentor. Not everybody gets a mentor like that. So I thought, okay, let's take this legacy forward and help other students also, because I see many students are coming to me also that I'm facing difficulty. I have completed, but I'm jobless. I'm searching for the job like that. So that's kind of turning point for starting this.
Awesome, great. Thank you so much for sharing. So it was like when you yourself realized the gift inside you, when you started working on it, you felt as a responsibility to share it with others also. So amazing. Thank you for the work you are doing. My next question to you is, what skills do actually a student needs to launch themselves into this job of becoming a software developer? So what skills exactly do they need to work upon?
Okay, so coming to the skill part, so the skill part can we can go in two parts, like one soft skill and one technical skills. So coming to the technical skills, so whatever technical skills are required in the industry, the same skill sets they have in the curriculum in the college. We have that curriculum. For example, industry needs C programming. College also have that subject, C++, Java. All those subjects are there. But the thing is that colleges, they only understand in terms of theory. They don't go much into practice, even if they have practical lab session. But that's more into cramming the things, memorizing those aspects. So as a fresher, if the candidate can build sound technical skills in at least one or two programming languages, is C and C++, one operating system, say Linux operating system, and he should be completely focused on that skill. And he should not be deviated with the signing objects also. Like you can see, there are so many fancy languages and technologies available in the market. But if the foundation is strong, then they can like excel in any other technology. So I would recommend to build a strong foundation in C, C++, Linux. Yes, and that will be kind of like evergreen programming language. So even so many technologies, AI, ML, those things are coming, but still these will dominate the market. And coming to the soft skill part, they should have a very good communication skill, meaning that whatever the candidate wants to communicate, the same intention has to be like retained. It has to be communicated the same thing. And second, they should develop problem solving skill, because software is all about problem solving. Like whenever we are in some kind of problem, so we can think, okay, which software I can use to solve this problem. So software industry is about solving the problem. So students should develop a mindset of problem solving.
Awesome, great. Here I just had one question. So, let's say a candidate is having all the theoretical knowledge, but he or she lacks in the practical experience in software development projects, which becomes a concern for the hiring managers. So, how to actually address this issue that they are fully on into the theoretical experience, but not having the practical experience?
So that is a very good question. So first of all, right from the beginning, the students should focus on that. Okay, whatever I'm learning, I should implement on the system. And like suppose a student is writing any programming, so he has written the program, he has implemented the program in the system. Even if it is correct, he has to learn by making mistakes. He should like intentionally make mistakes on the code and see what things are going wrong. Like this is the starting point to gain some practical experience on above the theoretical level. And second, they can contribute to open source projects. So there are a lot of open source projects available, and which can help to students to gain very real practical experience. And on top of that, that will create a very good impression in their resume. And they can mention those aspects in the resume, and then they can upload their own developed projects in the GitHub. So that will really help them. And apart from that, if they can get a good mentor who is from directly from the industry, that can help them a lot.
Amazing, great. Thank you so much. So, having the practical experience, so it's like you learn and then you implement, and then you are having the practical experience side by side. Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that key takeaway. My next question to you is like, what strategies can the engineering graduates apply so that they're also turning their academic programming knowledge. So let's say one is done with all the graduation, and now they are going into the experience of getting into a job as a software developer. So what are the steps that they need to take, like after graduation? What are the steps that they can take in order to get themselves into the job of the same career?
Okay, so first of all, software development is a vast area, and then again, the student might have gone through all those areas in their college life, but they should narrow down to out of like 100 skills where they want to take their life to, in which skills. So they should first of all narrow down it. So, for example, they have learned say three programming languages, two operating systems or something like that, some scripting language. This should narrow down. Okay, I have to make career in C, C++, Linux, like that. Now that they have narrowed down, now their goal is very clear. I want to get into software development where these skills are predominantly required: C, C++, Linux. Now that part is done. Now this is the major part. It is done. Foundation is done. Now they have to like build their portfolio in such a way that the when the hiring manager sees, they feel to just connect with that candidate, and it's not and build their skill in such a way that it will be reverse. Instead of hiring managers chasing the candidate, no, the students chasing the candidates, hiring managers should chase the candidates. So they should build the skills in that way. Then life will be very, very easy. Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So it's like out of all the skills that they have learned, the first step which comes is to narrow it down according to where they want to take their life into. And then the next
Mhm.
step that you shared was building a portfolio in such a way that the person who is seeing that portfolio just wants to connect with you because they are
Mhm.
curious to know about your more work. So, great pointers to share. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of students who are, watching this and they want to take their life into such career also. Now, my next question to you is, how can one actually get themselves stay updated with all the rapidly evolving trends and like technologies in the software development industry so that they can ensure that they are not lacking in any technical skills also and they are building it at side by side. So in the world which is booming with technical things on a daily basis, how can they actually stay updated with all the trends and technologies?
Yeah, so Gani, actually, in today's age, it is very, very easy to get connected because everything is available in fingertips. But again, when like ocean of information is available, filtering out becomes a challenge. So I would say join very good social, groups in the social networks, say LinkedIn. LinkedIn is quite professional. No junk things will come. Join proper groups there, engage with the fellow members. There, like many people with different experience level will be sharing their information. So that is very, very good way to get connected. Yes.
Amazing, great. So, like, my next question to you is if somebody wants to connect with you in the same sector, like, how
Hmm.
can they actually connect with you and how do you help the students in your community? So, can you just throw some light on it so that if any student wants to connect and join your community or your program, they can, follow the steps?
Okay, so I have a program for them. So basically, I conduct webinars to give them information like how they can translate their careers like from college to IT professional. So in that webinar, I teach some steps to achieve the result. So and I have a program also where I teach C++, and Linux. Purely, first of all, I'll give fundamental knowledge. I'll make the foundation very, very strong, and I'll make sure that the once they will come out of my program, they will on the resume level, he can recruiters can feel that okay, he is a fresher, but on the technical skill side, he will be not less than 3 years of experience, and this will come very helpful when they will get a chance to attend the interview. So when the interviewer will ask the questions, then my students will answer in such a way that the interviewer will think that no, he is not a fresher, he is definitely some experienced guy. So the way of presentation, the way of writing the code, it will change drastically. So anybody who is interested, so they can join our program, and maybe we can give the link to join that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So, all of you, now your action steps are going to be all the links are there in the description below. Just, if you could connect to all the podcasting thing and what we followed here, just go and follow him on all the social media. The workshop link or the community link is also going to be there. So, just register because remember, it's the action step that you are going to take to help you actually bridge the gap between what you learned in your college throughout this software engineering and what you actually need to do at the same time to bridge the gap between the industry needs also. So all the links are there in the description below. Also in the comments below, I would love for all of you to write down your key takeaways, because remember, this was not just even a trailer of what he is doing in the whole world that he is creating with the students. So thank you so much everyone for watching it, and to you Sudeep sir, thank you so much for being on the podcast. It's a really different and unique niche, and thank you for actually taking the time to help students bridge the gap between what the industry actually needs and apart from all the theory that they are learning in college. Amazing. Hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, thank you so much everyone.